Missourians value conservation for many good reasons, the most obvious being the beauty and joy it adds to our lives. Few sights can compare with the golden radiance of a flower-filled prairie or the grace and beauty of geese gliding along the sky at sunset. Whether answering the call of the wild by nature viewing or pursuing game, enjoyment of the outdoors just seems to come naturally to Missourians. 1 of every 4 Missouri residents hunts or fishes, and just as many enjoy nature viewing. While most consider outdoor experiences priceless, it's very easy to measure the economic importance of conservation to our state. Every year, outdoor recreation and the forest products industry pump over $11 billion into our economy and help provide jobs for 95,000 Missourians, approximately enough to keep a city the size of St. Charles employed. A good portion of that robust economic activity comes from the purchases of outdoor equipment. The sales of fishing lures, tents, shotguns, and other equipment have helped create many thriving businesses. The Kirksville Chamber of Commerce indicates sales tax revenue in November associated with deer season is greater than the revenue generated from the December shopping season. Proof that conservation not only pays its own way, it also fuels the economic engine that communities across Missouri need to survive.
The income from deer season allows us to bring in 25 people, and it's like Christmas at the mall. We run 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, trying to do as much as we possibly can in a short time. Deer season is definitely my busiest season. It starts November and ends up in January. We do about 1,200 deer compared to 600 cattle. So you're looking at 1/3 of our income just coming from the deer. Without the deer season, I'd have to lay some of my employees off during the summer months because we use that income to carry us through and then also to replace worn out equipment. Deer season benefits not only us, but the whole community. We see it in the hotels being filled. We see it in the quick shops. We see it in the gas stations, the sporting goods stores. We see the benefits everywhere.
Missouri offers many opportunities to enjoy and connect with nature and outdoor activities, and we take advantage of this in large numbers.
Missourians are very involved in outdoor activities, particularly fishing, hunting, and wildlife viewing or wildlife-related recreation. And a great way to think about that is to think about a sports stadium that might hold nearly 80,000 people. There are well over 500,000 hunters in Missouri. In other words, we could fill the stadium 7 times with all those hunters. As we look at anglers, about 1.1 million folks, we could fill the stadium 14 times. And for wildlife viewers, about 2.2 million folks that go viewing wildlife in Missouri, and we could fill the stadium over 28 times with the wildlife watchers in Missouri. And those are really large numbers of people.
Over the years, the good people of our state have entrusted our precious resources in the hands of the Missouri Department of Conservation.
Missourians have been very supportive of conservation. They voted to establish the department in 1936. They voted again in 1976 to dedicate a sales tax to fund the department. Missourians experience a huge benefit from the outdoors, from conservation programs and services in return for the amount that's spent on conservation each year.
While it's true the job of managing the fish, wildlife, and land in Missouri must have a dollar figure attached to it, how can you put a price on the outdoor activities that you love and cherish? Fortunately, conservation can pay its own way through special forms of funding and the sales generated in support of outdoor activities. It serves as an important part of our state's economy. In Missouri's forests, conservation plays a role in the wood products that have always been and will continue to be a part of the daily life of most Missourians. This renewable resource is found in our homes, our floors, and almost everything we buy or use is shipped on wood pallets. McGinnis Wood Products in Cuba, Missouri is an example of how the forest products industry has a role in the Missouri economy. Don and Leroy McGinnis run a family business in Missouri that reaches across the globe.
Our sales run around 16 million a year right now. We try to increase that about $1 million a year and increase our inventories about $1 million a year. Right now we have a little more than $10 million worth of inventory. 90% of that money is spent locally around through the Missouri area. We have over 100 employees. 21 years now, I guess, we haven't had a slow day. We have about 55 or 60 loggers that haul us white oak. White oak keeps growing very, very strong, and with proper cutting, it's always a totally renewable resource.
Ardent Outdoors in Macon, Missouri is another example of how the outdoors and industry are a great match in Missouri. Here, ideas are transformed into state-of-the-art fishing rods and reels.
Ardent Outdoors is a Missouri-based engineering and manufacturing firm, and we manufacture the only line of made in the USA fishing reels, bait casters and spinning reels. I think what we've designed is a line of equipment that allows the average angler, the American sportsman, to truly go out and improve the performance of his fishing. I think the true satisfaction that we get out of the enterprise is seeing people that are going to spend their hard-earned money on a piece of equipment that they're buying not just because it's high performance and not just because it's high quality, but when they buy it, they know they're getting all that, plus they're helping put somebody to work and keeping a job in this country. And I think at the end of the day, that's what probably delivers the most satisfaction for everybody in the company. Macon actually is a tremendous location logistically. It is in the center of the continental United States. For Ardent, as a freshwater fishing reel manufacturer, it is in the heart of our marketplace, Missouri. And currently we're shipping product from Maine to Miami and San Diego to Seattle. We're now shipping product into Canada. We're shipping product into Mexico. I got off the phone this morning with an interested distributor in Australia. And all that product is going to originate in Macon, Missouri. And an incredibly educated and experienced and trained workforce was put out of work in Macon, Missouri. And as a company, it provided us with an incredible source of employees that we could start a company with that were educated, that were trained, and had an incredibly good work ethic. It has been, without a doubt, one of the single greatest decisions this company has made, because we clearly are putting people back to work. We now have 86 other companies in Missouri and in the Midwest that are suppliers of our company. So indirectly, we are helping almost 100 entities, if you will, continue to operate with manufacturing jobs in this country through the sale of our products, which are manufactured in this country.